Hey everyone, welcome to the Legends of DC's Flashpoint podcast. I am your party host, H.R. Wells. Welcome to Friends Day. You know, sit back with your friends and your lover and kick back, relax, and we'll tell tales of that time the monkeys descended on the city. It was really trippy. Me and my friend Francisco and all the others, we pushed them back. They all did it with my help. But, yeah, no. I am
technically they're 8.
Well, it's HR. He's a moron.
And I will do a reading of the great poet Al Yankovic.
I mean, Weird Al?
But, just because of the hair, guys. Just because of the hair.
So yeah, you should all know. Yeah, it's me, Phil. You heard Zach. You heard Tyler.
You might hear solo once in a while throughout the podcast.
Yeah. I loved Harry. Like, you're an idiot. You would know that if you were an actual genius and not an idiot.
No,
he was in a way he was kind of speaking for us.
Yes.
You know what I keep thinking of, I'll say this every week, is that we all keep saying, "Oh, like Phil thinks he's abracadabra. That's what would be," and I'm like, "Oh, he could be this." Imagine if it's just that he's stupid Wells from Earth 19, and there's nothing else to it.
Oh yeah, I mean the way you said, yeah, Harry's like speaking for us. I'm thinking maybe that's like the writer saying, yeah, we know he's stupid, but there's a reason for it. Just hang on.
I'm saying, oh god, but imagine if there isn't.
Then Tom Cavanaugh got a season of doing something different.
No.
I would really like to, if there's no whatever. You know, this thing before we start talking about, it's barely a nitpick. It's just something I kind of thought of before, but you know, Barry making breakfast. Here's the thing: yes, he can move at super speed, but he can't make the stove cook quicker. So you wouldn't be able to make all the breakfast quicker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless vibrate, it can make it cook quicker or some stuff like that.
Some things can only cook so fast, or to be.
I'm suddenly thinking of my cousin Vinny. The magic stove or grits cook faster.
He's like, do grits cook faster in your kitchen?
No. Oh God, I could do those. The grit world.
He's like, no Southern uses instant grits.
I love that. That character actor passed away in the last 3 years. Oh God, that was a big loss when we lost him.
But yeah, I just appreciate all the breakfasts and dinners he's making Iris. But I mean, all these big elaborate meals. Isn't he just like reminding her, "Oh yeah, you're about to die"?
I know, right?
Or is he just like, "Hey, let's just waste a bunch of food because you can't eat that much. I should be eating this much, but they never show me eat this much."
Isn't there like something circling the internet where they make fun of the fact in TV they always show these big breakfasts and then the character comes down and has like one bite of bacon and leaves?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's happened. When I read that, I'm like, yeah, that happens all the time.
But yeah, I don't know if Barry even. I don't know if Barry
the only
even
thing that
needs
matters.
Yeah, I don't know if Barry needs to eat that much anymore because, like I know in the comics when he like really tapped into the Speed Force, he really didn't need to. I don't think he had that need to eat like abnormal amounts of calories. But
it's an interesting. I always like when people address superhero power. Like I read a Wolverine comic once where they said because of his healing powers, technically he doesn't need to blink.
Wow, that's a lot of overthinking.
But it's so he can sleep with his eyes open. But so what do we think of Wells and Wells?
Oh, I love Tom Cavanaugh v. Tom Cavanaugh. Like Harry is great because he's just gruff and like agitated by everything, and HR's too over the top, nice and friendly. It's classic.
Now, here's something I realized when watching this episode, even though technically this more connects to last week's episode. When Jesse met HR, like, it's funny that, I'm screwing myself. I just confused myself. I was thinking here about the memory thing. Like, they never really explained how that worked. You know, the image flash or whatever the frick that thing.
What?
But because everyone else doesn't look like Wells to everyone else.
Oh, yeah.
trying to think of that. Whatever. I think I just. But
No. I'm with you. Like, everybody else is supposed to see him as his partner, and then only the team that was in the room can see him as.
It should be. So yeah, I am right. She should have seen him as someone else. I think I'm right on that, actually, now that I think about it again. But whatever, that's just a small thing I just wanted to bring up. Although, here's something, and this is something each one of us has said at least once per episode. Okay, original Wells was not evil.
Yes, thank you. They're like, oh, you brush your teeth that way? I wonder how the murderer did. I'm like, he wasn't Wells. It doesn't matter.
The original Wells was killed in a car accident, and nobody cares that he was murdered.
Well, so he technically wasn't killed in the car. He was killed with that weird gadget.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which, by the way, now that I've finally gone and back and watched Fringe, it really is a knockoff of the shapeshifter device.
Yeah.
Because they didn't put it in the roof of their mouth.
Yeah, but it just okay. This is something about the show that even I'm going to say before, and I like this episode. I just want to say this. This is something bugged me about the show. It's the fact that the original Harrison Wells got completely screwed over, and it's like the team doesn't realize that. It's like I don't know if he was a good man. It didn't seem like he was a bad man. His reputation was ruined. This Earth thinks he's a murderer. When Barry could, I don't. Well, they know about other Earths, so he could probably go to the courts and maybe explain. I don't know, but it's like a man was tarnished, and they've never addressed that.
Yeah, they've like, you need proof.
They've never been like, we need to set Wells' legacy right. No, they're like, screw that guy.
No,
he didn't do anything. But
did anyone buy it when Harry said he was fine with Jesse staying in Earth 1?
I thought it was one of those, like, I'm going to creep you out because I'm going to agree to it and seem fine with it. So everyone's going to be, like, really scared that something's going on.
I figured.
And why can't Wally just go to Earth 2?
Well, because he needs to be in this show. But it's like what I said. It really doesn't matter which Earth they live on. Mm-hmm. I said this before. Because, I don't know if Wally... and in fact, they got Cisco, and apparently Cisco can make breaching devices, so it can be like, hey, Cisco, I would like to go visit, and we know Harry can come back and forth. Jesse came back last week, so they could easily... I mean, it's because of their situation, they could just live on one Earth, but they could literally say, oh, I know, let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll stay on this Earth, and then we'll go to the other one.
Yep. But I don't know. They're young and in love. They don't think things through.
Yeah. And here's again. Most of my nitpicks I'll clear out. Has no one in this city heard of the National Guard?
No. Has nobody in this city heard of crazy stuff happens in Central City? And
here's the important thing. While obviously a super strong gorilla army, although really Grodd's the only super, like, I know the gorillas are stronger than humans, obviously, but they're not bulletproof. I'm not saying
dark-proof.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that the fight would have been easy just because they had more modern weapons, but because they're going with the more primal Gorilla City, which really doesn't make any sense in my opinion. They could have, I love how, they do that thing where Cisco vibes the future, and he's like, okay, it's on this street. Absolutely no indication of when, but they still go straight there. And it's like, we missed it. Well, honor system, guys, let us never come to this spot again, okay? Everyone cool with that?
Yeah, I know, and, they didn't even show how he knew, that was the place. He saw a street sign. It's like, okay, well, how did he get that?
Yeah. For real. He didn't touch anything, but his powers evolved in this episode. Remember, he now vibes Harry, emotion.
Didn't Harry say he tinkered with the vibe gear so he could... When he was explaining it to Wally, he's like, hey, vague scientific explanation. And Wally's just like, I see.
Yeah, vague.
He's like, I'm an engineer. I'll just stand over here and watch you get sick and die.
Because apparently in every one of these shows, the black guy's the tech guy. We're doing original Mission Impossible. No, that just came to me. Think of it. You got Curtis and Arrow. you got Jackson Legends, and you got Wally and Ned. Although they never really, I'd like to see more of that. Again, like we say, Barry needs to be more CSA. I would like to see more of Wally using that to, like, because he's, again, you can't, I hate when shows, it's like, oh, he's an engineer. But it's like, okay, that means he's actually really smart and technical. Can we address this?
I mean, Wally has the skills, but I think Wells took him this episode just so he can lay that whole "I'm dying" rap on him.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say how much I love that? Like, I'm glad the second he told Jessie, she's like, "Are you mother?" And she's just like, the second he said it, she knew it was complete bull.
And she's like, "Hey, dead man."
I like her, like the actress, a lot. I think she's a good, really good character. I think she's one of those things that I've never had a problem with her, so it's really good.
Oh, she's great.
And one thing, Phil actually addressed this when we did the Alien. Oh, I forget exactly when you brought this up, but it's like, let's see. Barry needs to fight a super strong army. If only he knew someone that was super strong that could help.
Yep.
Who could that be?
Yep, me and Phil were talking about that too. Hey, Barry, we need help. Yeah. Didn't you make that breach device for the other Earth to help your friend Supergirl? Yeah. She can fly and she's really strong. Do you think she could help us fight gorillas?
It's like the Legends thing with Firestorm. Like, if they had her there, she'd be able to beat all of them.
My thing is, could you imagine just being a police officer? Like, hey guys, we need to mount up and roll out. What's the situation, Chief? Giant gorillas. Oh, wait, what? We're fighting gorillas. Yeah. We need to be ready to fight gorillas.
With spears. Well, we have guns. Doesn't that mean we win? Yeah, but
are you just messing with me, man? Like, are we going to the movies to see Planet of the Apes? What's going on? No, we're gonna fight gorillas.
You know what that makes me think of? There was a great Freakazoid episode where they were having a really weird argument. They're watching Planet of the Apes. Is that a real ape? No, that's a guy in a suit.
And Joe got to speak. Grodd got to speak through Joe this episode.
Oh God! When you compare it to, especially to Tom Cavanaugh. Jesse, he did such a good job. His voice was awesome.
But I love how Barry can like move quick enough to keep him from doing more than he just got a graze from that bullet. But meanwhile, he couldn't outrun Gypsy when she showed up.
Yeah, can we talk about again? This is something you can bring up on almost any show where the character has powers, and in comic books, it all depends on like how the powers are relative. Because obviously, Barry could have. Or there was so much time in between him aiming the gun. Barry could have easily just grabbed the gun real quick, and that would have been the end of it. Now,
or the three speedsters could have made a wind turbine and sucked up the gorillas, and Cisco could have opened a breach and just pushed them into the breach. There's all kinds of stuff. There could have been like a better effect of how the gorillas showed up. I'm not a fan of the way this story was structured for this episode. You're
not a superhero. You're not a superhero, Tyler. What you got to do is you got to run right at Grodd's shield and bounce off it.
I know. My bad, guys. I'm sorry that I was trying to think. I just think from a narrative, like it would have been much neater if there was like reports are coming in to CCPD about gorillas stealing things or sightings and things that made it feel like the gorillas were doing anything other than just waiting in the woods for Grodd to yell to run in and do nothing.
Yeah. Especially considering we learned there's an army base like right over there, so we could have actually called the army. One missile and that whole army just done.
Or had the gorillas attacking things. Like I understand budget, like I get it. Just like the reason why you don't have the scene of Gypsy opening a breach and everybody coming through. But there's still things you can do that make it feel like the gorillas are actually attacking and doing things other than just the part where Grodd talks through Joe and just wait and then tries to do a missile. Like there could have been more going on.
I really like Jesse. I think he did a fantastic. I just love it. Was no Flash. It's like ooh.
You care for this human.
It was just. Although they seem to kind of let go of the fact that he's supposed to be kind of like deathly afraid of Grodd, which we can understand. But one thing I'm thinking of because I play the episode as we podcast. Am I crazy, or was HR being extra stupid on purpose?
Maybe,
or Or just comparing having the other wells there.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean, like,
sounds extra stupid.
He's like, it's gonna be 10 minutes. He's like 30. He's like, oh yeah. That's what I meant to say. I'm like, which really hopes to support the theory that there's something else going on. By the way, speaking of Gypsy, as you mentioned her earlier, and I made a note of this, I never run. Now excuse me while I run. It's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
I want to know who she was hunting, like her fugitive. Like maybe that was.
Well, we saw
something.
the picture.
Well, she was talking to the accelerated man, and she gave him a picture of somebody, so he was looking for some. I don't know if that's who she was hunting.
I thought that was the Earth 19 Flash.
Well, I think that is the Earth 19 Flash, but they call him the accelerated man.
I gotta look that up. That's actually not some character I'm familiar with.
There's
But
not a lot of info on him. It's basically he's a speedster. Yeah.
I like Cisco. Like actually has like guts and confidence to flirt with Gypsy.
yeah, I know. I like him better than Shy Cisco. Although here's the thing: when he went to Earth 19, he could have just been like, "Here's an idea. Either you help us, or I go tell your bosses what happened."
I'll let you like you came to a planet where interdimensional travel. Well, you know what? I'm from another planet that came here. Technically, I don't have to abide by your laws.
Yeah.
So, but can we just say how awesome his Cisco suit or his vibe suit looks? Like it actually looks really cool. It looks like the comics without being stupid looking. So, I'm game. I need more vibe.
I think I would like a modification of Barry's suit. People were saying, it would be cool if he looked more like a classic Flash, and I don't know if that would look good. I don't know. I'd like to see another upgrade just to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I mean, it's always cool to kind of tweak things so that the suit or whatever has a certain look for maybe per season. Like little things. I mean, think about like how we had on Arrow. In season 2, middle of season 2, he gets the mask, so he stops using the grease paint.
God.
Season 3, he had a little bit of a difference on his suit, but he had the suit that he got from the league. And then season 4, he had the first Green Arrow suit, and then season 5, he has the Green Arrow suit with the long sleeves. So I mean, they've done little things in a different suit to kind of.
And they finally changed Spartan's helmet too. He doesn't look like Magneto anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You mean good old Dignito?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we got in season 2 of the Flash, we got the white emblem, and then here we are in season 3, and they haven't done anything to his suit.
I don't think it looks good all one color. It needs some modifications.
Yeah, give him the yellow boots or something.
I don't. Yeah, I mean that's like the first one that kind of jumps. That could be really easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else you could do, but just weave in some more color or something so that when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Or like,
I always like to see something from Earth 19 when Cisco visits Earth 19, some kind of reference. Like something in Earth 19. I know we got the accelerated man, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, they kept that very vague.
Put a LexCorp in just for the heck of it,
As long as it's not as long as it's not Van Wayne.
Oh,
sure. Oh God! Let's don't.
Oh my God! How amazing would it have been if Cisco and Gypsy opened a breach and threw the gorillas, and they just fell into Van's office, and that's
no!
They kill everything.
That's the series finale of Powerless. Was right then. They knew it was getting canned, so they just sent all the gorillas there.
God, imagine if the show just went all. But yeah, we're gonna do a podcast for that whole season. We're gonna just trash out. But anyways, there was a weird line when Barry's talking about maybe. Am I crazy, or did Barry say I should have killed Solivar?
Yes. Or wait, no. Or did he say Grodd?
No, he didn't say who it was. I swear he said, like, when I was fighting Solivar, I should have, and I didn't kill him, and I should have. And I'm like...
He said he shouldn't have showed mercy or something like that.
But I'm like, killing Solivar would have accomplished absolutely nothing, because Grodd's plan would have went exactly the same.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't have been able to bring him in the end either.
Which, can I say, I loved.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really hoping to make... See, that is one thing. Because they're going the multiverse route, they can just bring in characters from another Earth, do them justice, and send them back. There's nothing wrong with that. Not bring them in, kill them. What they were doing with a lot of characters.
I think that's the big point of bringing in Savitar to beat Grodd. Is they're making the point. Yeah, if Barry had if Barry had killed Solivar, yeah, I know. But if Barry had killed Solivar, he wouldn't have been able. They wouldn't have been able to defeat Grodd. So they're showing, showing mercy.
It's a really interesting idea because. Grodd never beat Solivar. Now you got me doing it. In fact, I combined them. I just said Salivar.
Mommy. Salad bar.
Salivar, Savitar, and Solivar. Someone's watching Powerless. And no, but the thing I like about it is what they're doing because Grodd never beat Solivar, and it's like because we got to remember something. Yes, Grodd is really strong. He's telepathic, but he's not a warrior. Solivar is a warrior, so like he's trained in combat. He could. That's why he beat Grodd. And you know what's funny? When he jumped off the roof, I totally thought he was going to elbow drop Grodd.
No. Yeah, I know.
Solivar with the chair shot. I liked how this episode ended. But a couple a couple of Tyler said there was a little problem with some of the execution, but I don't know. I usually am very happy with the Grodd episodes, and I like the ending kind of resolve. I like the ending, so I'm like, yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. I mean, I always wish they had like more action from the gorillas, but with CG and everything, and they have to pick their battles, but What did you think about the mind-controlled general?
I don't really have it. Oh, and that's something I want to mention too. I liked how they need to address the fact that Barry could. Oh yeah, I know this. Barry doing the code for the missile. It's like I'm yelling at the screen. Stopping the tone.
Yes.
Yeah,
just keep using your speed mind.
Yeah, it's
you're supposed to have the power of.
It's like stop taking the time to stop and complain and just keep going.
God, he's whining like we need to figure out something else. Here's the crazy. I was like, stop it.
Anybody else think that they could have stopped Grodd if they would have remade the cold gun? And like Grodd just came running and they just blasted him with a cold gun?
Or he could have been going after Cisco and Golden Glider comes in and shoots him with that stupid gun.
He already had a woman in town.
Speaking of which, her brother's kind of dead, and we still haven't seen her in either show.
Yeah, and her series got canceled, or is a mid-season for next year or something.
Wait, what?
So, I don't know if it got canceled.
They're giving Golden Glider her own show.
No, the actress.
The actress.
Oh, dude, don't do it. This network makes stupid decisions, so I can believe that.
Well, I mean, she might not know her brother's dead if no one's told her.
Well, I don't even know if she knows her brother went with the Legends.
Yeah, you don't know.
So yeah, I like that, and I'm hoping they make because Solivar is always a character I've liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried that they won't make him like a good guy. They'll just use this primal thing as excuse, like, oh, they're so different than us. It's so lazy. They did that for the Marvel Ape storyline. Not that I was expecting a lot from that. But it's like, oh, they're a different culture. They're primal. It's like, so they can't know respect and honor and goodness. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just think there's a different way to handle the story. I liked Solivar fighting Grodd. That was awesome. That was an easy way to accomplish things without having to have an all-out guerrilla war.
Yeah, I still think it doesn't make any sense that they made Solivar telepathic.
The part was, in the original Gorilla City, they were all supposed to be able to speak and function or intelligent, but Grodd was also telepathic. But in this, they just decided to make them all telepathic gorillas so they can communicate and everything too.
Plus, you don't have to worry.
It's probably making them move their mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That way, you don't have to lips move and sync it up and all that. Yeah.
Does anybody else really want to watch King Shark versus Grodd?
Yes.
Oh hell! You know what?
Because-
I've always. I don't know if they've ever done this in the comics. I want to see like a last villain standing story. Have they ever done that? I would love to see. What if literally the heroes are just like some villains step up and be heroes, some villains kill each. What would happen if we just had an all-out villain war?
I know when Jeff Johns was writing The Flash, he kind of had like all the rogues in Central City like fight each other. There's like two sides. Well, not every man for himself, but it was like two different sides.
Well, that's what I mean. It'd be great if, like, there's a great. Well, we're getting off topic with that, but okay. Yeah, again, the ending. I really didn't have a lot. I do agree with Tyler that execution can be better, but I think it's a lot like, again, Legends with Firestorms. They're held back to what they can do because the gorillas are CGI.
It's just I think it comes down to being more creative writing. Like, how about instead the gorillas? I don't know. They could have met the gorillas like in the woods before they got to the city or something, just so like people aren't like, oh, there's giant gorillas on the street. That's nice, dear. Yeah. So did anyone else get like when they were like, oh, Grodd's at Argus with Lila, and then automatically you thought to yourself, oh, great, let's give the military a intelligence and gorilla that can read minds and talk.
Well, actually, yeah, that was something Grodd did in the comics and the cartoon. He pretended to lose his telepathic powers in order to escape.
Why don't we just go put him on Oliver's island prison? And can Barry, like, seriously, Barry is an Oliver fangirl. Can he stop, like, saying things and comparing himself to Oliver? He's like, Oliver killed. Yeah, just because Oliver did it, like, you don't have to. Like, Oliver, like, cheats on his girlfriend and gets around. Barry, you don't have to, okay? Stop comparing every one of your hero decisions to something that Oliver did. He's not a great role model.
After he said Oliver killed, I was waiting for Iris to just say yes, and the writers would take a lot of that back if they could. And just look at the camera. And
What?
But this is something I've talked about all the time. I honestly believe that some people. I understand, like, Batman. Batman has a code that he doesn't kill. But here's the thing, and I really believe, even the most skilled, you can't not ever, like, if you're in this kind of life, someone's going to get killed in self-defense.
Collateral damage. Like, someone's going to die by accident, or, like you said, self-defense. Something like, you can't not, like, kill. Some things might happen. There's deliberate murder, and then collateral damage.
Right. It's not like he's I'm not talking about hunting them down, but, like, if you're fighting someone with his powers, someone might die,
Yeah, I don't think he has a problem with that. It was like he was making a deliberate decision. He's like, I am going to kill Grodd. No matter what. Even if, the battle's over in 2 seconds, I'm still going to kill him.
It's just open a breach back to Apocalypse Mustafar and send Grodd there.
Mustafar?
Yeah. The joke I made about the fiery planet that looked like a volcano. They were like, oh my gosh, is that Apocalypse? And I've been watching a lot of Star Wars, so I was like, oh, it's Mustafar.
What the heck is Mustafar?
Do you not watch Star Wars?
Where Anakin got all burned and became Darth Vader?
Oh, well, I haven't... Oh, dude, I've only seen that movie once, and once was enough.
It was referenced in Rogue One. Did you not see Rogue One?
Oh, yeah, I saw Rogue One once. Let's not talk about that. But, so we talked...
Did you not watch Star Wars Rebels?
Actually, I haven't.
The show was great.
But, so obviously they defeat them. Everyone goes back to them. I'm hoping we get Solivar again. Because I always thought in the comics and the cartoons, Barry's relationship with Solivar was one of his best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll probably be season 4.
Yeah, if they do it, which they probably won't because it's a good idea. So they defeat everyone, and I did like when Harry at the end, he's like, listen, just take care of my daughter, and Holly's like, of course I will. And that's one thing I'm glad they never did. They didn't do anything stupid like Harry's like, you're not good enough for her.
Yeah.
It was just his normal overprotective. I like how Jesse's like the one person he can't lie to. Like, she's like, what? He's like, what? He turns into HR essentially.
Yeah, I just, he gave him the threat, and it's like, yeah, they'll have to kill me. Well, but what about that ending?
Which one? There was 2.
Well, the whole thing with Wally.
But we're not going to talk about Barry proposing.
Well, yeah, but is it?
Yeah, why was it? I told Janelle, we're sitting there watching this. I'm like, like I'm supposed to be rooting for Barry and Iris, but sometimes I just miss Patty.
Oh, I loved Patty. I really thought she was a good character.
I'm like, Barry and Iris, I'm just not feeling it. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm just not feeling it. And like Barry proposed, and I'm just like, yeah, of course you would. Like, that's kind of how you knew the future was going to go at some point. I figured you probably would have done it sooner. So I was like, whatever. But yes. Okay, so watching a movie with someone who comes from an Earth that has a completely different history would be very difficult, especially if you're trying to watch a historical-esque movie.
Yeah,
you've been better off watching that, random movie called Star Wars. It might have had better success.
No, a funnier one would be picking a movie that's completely fictional on our Earth, but on their Earth, it's something that really happens. She's like, you insensitive jerk.
Yeah. How did you know about the Black Death of blah, blah, blah? Like, how did you know we did this whole V for Vendetta thing before we reformed?
No. But yeah, I mean, do you think the whole him proposing is just like the final nail in the coffin that they're going to kill her? Or?
Oh, you mean kill Joe?
No, Iris.
No, they're gonna. It's all misdirection. They're gonna kill Joe.
I just don't know if they're gonna do something where they make it look like she's dead, but then by next season she's alive or something.
Well, no, they're gonna kill Joe, and Barry's gonna be like, "I have to. I'm sorry, Jay." And this season ends where Barry's back in his home, fighting Reverse Flash to save his mom, and then his mom commits suicide out of like depression. And creates a whole new timeline.
Okay, so Wally's... Now, something I wanted to address is, I wonder if there's... Because in a way, Wally's powers is connected to Savitar, because we don't know how much he's connected to the Philosopher's Stone.
And I wonder if that's why Wally's faster, is because Savitar is trying to use him. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why he's not in that scene in May helping Barry's, because maybe... I don't know, maybe Savitar does something to his powers where he can't use them.
No, someone released it, or that's how he gets back.
Yeah, I was wondering if Savitar could possess Wally or something as a means. Because didn't he say something even before about he wasn't completely there or completely free because we knew he was connected to the stone because you had to have the stone open or whatever. So maybe by creating a speedster.
Savitar, when he was taking control of Joe, he said, "What was it? One will betray you, one will fall, or
one will die." Or
is that it? Because maybe Wally's the one that will betray because he'll be in control by Savitar. That's how he knows.
And didn't one suffer a fate worse than death? Maybe Wally's possessed her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Wally is, because Savitar's going to take over him and use him to murder everyone. And then Wally will just think to himself, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed that stone.
Huh? Yeah.
I saw a footage. I don't know if it was photoshopped or not, but someone released a footage where Savitar had a flash symbol on his chest.
I saw that. It's buried in his arm. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's photoshopped or if it's just that we never really get a good look at Savitar. He's always shiny and it's always dark.
He's always roaring. Roar.
Yeah, he's always part lion or part Michael Bay villain.
Huh.
So,
but yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe HR is behind Savitar, and that's why he needed. Maybe he convinced Jesse to stay with Wally's. He needed more speedsters to steal speed from or something.
We'll see. So I think that covers everything. So
except all those gratuitous sex scenes between Wally and Jesse, man. All that speedster sex, you gotta. It's there. You just gotta read between the lines. That's how fast they are. You gotta just be like, wow, man, that was a joke.
I know me and Phil made a mutual telepathic decision to let it die.
Just like their relationship's gonna die.
Oh.
Somebody's gonna mess it up.
My final thoughts are: I do agree with Tyler that this execution had its weaknesses, but there wasn't anything in the episode that made me go, "Oh God!" It was a couple of weeks, but they were so minor. And really, I know it's because I'm such a fan of Grodd and Solvar. The end fight kind of just I'm good with this episode. I really am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good.
I mean, like I said, I don't hate the episode. I just feel like the story they chose to tell through the past 2 episodes just could have been a better story. You know, that's all. Just some tweaks here and there, but it was good. I don't have no beef with this episode.
No,
I like Gypsy coming back and Cisco Mac.
And I totally called it. I forgot to mention this. The way he got Gypsy, she was chasing a breacher on Earth 2, and he took control of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that's what they said.
You know, because they talked about Grodd's long range psychic ability.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, was that it then?
I think so.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Send us your thoughts. Email us flasharrowpodcast@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're facebook.com/theflashpointpodcast. And also facebook.com/legendsofdcpod. On Twitter, we're @flashpoint_SMG and @legendsofdcpod. And Tyler, where can people find you?
You can find me over at Krypton Report. We review all things Superman, Supergirl. And you can find me online at JTYPatrick on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Instagram, all those good places.
And Zach?
You can always find me on social media, Twitter, and also keep an eye out for the From Insanity web series. It should be coming back on the prowl, on the air, whatever you want to say, very soon.
And as for me, you can always email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. And on Twitter, I am @nightwingpdp. That's right, 2 P's at the end for perfection.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't. Oh, God.
But yeah, those are the other shows on this podcast. Check out Before the Bat, Channel 52, Enough Said, and you can even... all of these shows have YouTube channels, so check them out on YouTube. Especially Enough Said, yeah. There's some original content that we'll put on the podcast. Alright, let's get out of here. The monkeys are done, Savitar's on his way, and we'll be here fighting a good fight. What?
And HR's an idiot.
What? So until next time, we'll be back in a flash.